Welcome back to episode 8 of Some Kind of Fun. And I'm going to say right now we are going to have some kind of fun because I'm joined with a fabulous newer band in the Twin Cities, Surly Grrly. Hello, welcome.
Thank
Why
you.
don't you quickly introduce yourselves and we'll go from there. We'll start over here with Red.
Hi, I'm Lou. I'm Lil Red. I play bass for Surly Grrly.
Yeah.
I'm Eloise, also known as Baby Dyke. I play guitar.
I'm Maeve, also known as Baby Killer or Balls McGee or many others. And I sing and scream and play guitar.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm Peter, otherwise known as Princess P, and I play drums and stuff.
Nice. All right. Well, I think I might have seen the two of you play your first local show.
At Acadia?
Well, it was the first time I saw you, I think, was the Eagles.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
very, very early in
Yeah.
your the iteration of Surly Grrly.
Yeah.
So, and then Red, when did you join the band?
Like late May of 2022.
Okay.
So, right at the beginning of their first residency for Mortimer's.
Okay.
Pride Month.
Cool.
And I played most of those shows, but from there I've tried to do and now I'm
Now you're
I'm
there.
solidified.
Yeah.
wanted to win it.
Yeah. Because I certainly saw all of you at the most recent Mortimer's residency. And Pete, how about you? When did you?
I started subbing on the drums in like last November, I want to say.
Okay.
And then officially joined early this year.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about how you got into all this. We'll start with Lou and work our way down. I know you have a musical family,
Yes.
and your mom's an incredible caterer.
Yeah.
So that's a
too.
good start, but you
Yeah.
take it over from there.
Well, having great connections from my dad. I wouldn't have known about Surly Grrly without him, that's for sure. But
Okay.
I'm not sure who reached out to who, but my dad was like, "Are you interested in subbing, playing bass for this riot punk band?" I was like, "Absolutely, that's a dream come true, truly." So, yeah, and
Just to interject, your dad is Eric Levy, Mad
Levy,
Mojo
Levy.
Jet, and the Unnamed. And I think just Jet something when he does his
Jet
solo
Kick.
yeah,
thing.
Jet Kick.
Okay.
Yeah, but Jet is his solo name, but he's
Uh-huh.
got Mad Mojo Jet and the Unnamed currently.
Yep.
So,
And then Eloise, also from a musical family. Why don't you take it from there?
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been like surrounded by music all my life. And then I would play dabble with like instruments. But it wasn't until I went to Earlham College and reconnected with Maeve because we were friends
You were friends when you were little,
when we were
right?
like toddlers.
Yeah.
And then she moved to New York when she was 7. And then, we just like lived our separate lives. And then Maeve's a year older than me, so she was already at Earlham and I was looking for schools once I graduated, and so we were like Facebook messaging, and then I came to Earlham and saw Surly Grrly play, so it was already a band.
Oh, okay.
And then when I started school there, they were like, "We need a bassist or a guitarist." And then I was like, "Okay, I want to do it." And so, yeah, I think originally I was gonna play bass at school, but then it worked out for me to play guitar. So, and then, came back here. May have followed me.
All right. And your mom is Emily B., who
Yes.
plays in White Whale and the Thames and Rude Girl.
And the 99ers.
And the 99ers, exactly. I always forget that one. And your grandpa's real famous. Slim Dunlap of The Replacements, and as I know him, of The Spooks, because again, 1977 at the
Yes.
Longhorn, woo! And Maeve, how did you get started?
So when my family moved to New York, I started singing classically,
Okay.
and I was classically trained and performed like around New York for most of my childhood, and then in my teens, I got like really bad performance anxiety
Okay.
and like even social anxiety. Like in class, I couldn't even like answer questions. Like I just was no longer able to like perform. And so I kind of was like, I guess I can't be a musician. So I went to college to study physics, and then I did a year of physics, and then I was like, no, I need to do music.
I think I'll go back to the
Yeah.
music department.
So then actually, I started like living in a music house on campus and
Sure.
like emceeing the open mics, which was like kind of the first like public thing that I had like done on a
Yeah.
mic in a while, and was warming up to it. And then I started like covering a song here and there. And then punk is really what like brought me out of that like anxiety hole, because I realized that like there were no rules. Like I could just like do whatever. It could sound bad, like I could throw up from like no one cares.
Right.
And so then I started Surly Girly, because I was like, this is my way to start performing again.
Cool.
And I started it with a couple friends at school, and we were just a cover band for a while, and it was just like for fun on campus. And then we got a gig as an original band, so then we had to come up with a band name and write songs, and we were like, okay, like let's do this. And Hey Little Girl is the first song that came out of that. And then yeah, not long after, probably like a year and a half into the band, Eloise came, and I had been playing guitar and singing for all of it, and I liked the idea of having two guitars, or just like being able to have the option of not playing while singing and stuff. So
Sure.
I brought her in, and she rocked the house,
Yes, she
and I
does.
kept her.
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. And your family, were they involved in your musical?
They're always supportive of my
Okay.
music. They're both creative people, my parents. Neither of them are musicians, so I don't come
Okay.
from a family of musicians, but my dad is an artist and my mom's a writer. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And Pete, how about you?
Well, I guess for the last like 8-ish years, I've been playing in random bands around the city and
Okay.
playing shows. And then about, just over a year ago, I met Maeve and Eloise. And I think a couple months into knowing you, we actually jammed for the first time. And that was really fun. And then my band at the time broke up, and then they wanted someone to sub in on drums, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then eventually they were like, do you want to join? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I want to join.
That's very cool. Tell me what's coming up for you. You have a show at the Entry that's on the way? Why
Yes.
don't you tell us about that a little bit?
September 22nd, we are opening for Zand on their Sewer Star tour,
Okay.
and with Lucy Loon.
Okay.
And I gotta say, like, I'm so fucking excited. Like, I've been listening to Zand getting myself ready, and I'm already, like, a mega fan. Like, I know all the songs. I'm so ready to mosh.
Nice.
So, yeah, we have that coming up on the 22nd, which is cool, because every show we've played at the Entry so far, we've been opening for a band that we already, like, loved.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's just, like, every time it's a dream come true.
Yeah.
And then we are working on new music, because our EP came out, what was it, its second birthday recently? Third?
No.
Second. Okay, our EP came out 2 years ago, and our album came out
Like
almost
a year
2
and a
years ago.
half.
Yeah.
Ago, yeah.
Okay.
And that whole time we were mostly playing like in the Midwest, or I guess we're in the Midwest, in like Indiana where we went to school.
Yep.
And we ended up here last summer at the end of our tour. And so our career here kind of started last summer. And then like a couple months ago, we were like, wait, we should write new music. Like, share
that
new
time.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were starting to like get tired of our songs. And also, when then Eloise and I like went out of town for a couple days to like try to write some stuff. And we're kind of thought we might just like goof around the whole time, and we ended up like coming out with like 5 demos and like ideas
Nice.
for a bunch of other songs, and it was like way more productive than we thought. So we were like, okay, it's time to write. Like we were
Okay.
feeling it, you know. And we started playing 2 of those new songs at our shows recently, and those will be the first ones we release. So.
Cool, cool. Well, one of the topics we're talking about in this month's Some Kind of Fun is, I think I might have brought it up, just that I'm so amazed and excited at the number of women-fronted or women-only bands on the scene right now. And, you know, I love that 1977 Longhorn era, but it was all guy bands.
Yeah.
There was one woman, Karen Hegloff, that was part of the scene and played in some of that played quite a bit. But how do you all see that coming about now? And do you notice the change out there?
Oh yeah. I mean, especially the Twin Cities, like
Yeah.
at our college we were the only band.
Okay.
Like in the town we were in, we were the only punk band. Like we are not used to like having a community, you know, like
Right.
with similar artists. And I was just thinking the other day, like we could put together like a 3 or 4 day festival of nonstop music that's all like queer or femme fronted.
Yeah.
And the best part is like the scene is so like supportive. Like it's not a like who's gonna be the best like queer femme band. It's like, whoa, there's so many of us. Let's play together. You know, like it's just super like supportive and positive, and
That's
Yeah.
great.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Well, I think the first time I saw Mary Jam, they were wearing Surly Girly gear. So
I love Mary too.
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, they're so good. She was like, yes, they are.
I'm like such a big fan of their music.
They're so much fun. So
Yeah.
much fun. So you bring stuff to the merch table that's not necessarily merch.
Yes.
And it's like resources. So one of you, please tell me about how that started and what it entails.
So we, back in Richmond, Indiana, we knew this like anarchist EMT who lived.
Now that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's Richmond has a lot of little like gems or like random
Yeah.
stuff. You're like, oh, I wouldn't expect
Uh-huh.
to meet this kind of person here. But yeah, they just had like a whole bunch of resources that they would just like have and like so much. So they were just like super willing to give some to us for us to like put out at shows that people can just take, because like they're very necessary things, you know, like sexual health stuff like condoms, tampons, Narcan, safer use kits, because like that's a huge epidemic right now, as it like always is. But it can be hard to get those life-saving like medications. So you know, we just want to make it more an easier thing so you can
Yeah.
like.
So one of your songs is about heading into Guitar Center when you're not a snotty teenage boy, I guess. So tell us a little bit about that experience and how that song came about.
Well, when I was in high school in New York, there was a Guitar Center like a couple blocks from where I went to school. So after school, I would like go over and, you know, play with the guitars. And I started noticing that like people were looking at me weird and stuff, and the like employees were like over explaining things to me. And so then I started like kind of testing it out, and I would wear like a super flowery, like cutesy dress that day. And then I would go in and like I would record like to like prove to my friends like that it was happening. And like one dude once came up to me, he worked there, and took the guitar out of my hands and just started like showing me some like riffs. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like, I just want to play. Like, there's like 20 dudes around me playing and getting left alone. And like, they're just there, like, yeah, like riffing out. And like, I sit down and get like swarmed by like employees who are dudes who want to like tell me what to do. And it just really pissed me off because like, I saw all these dudes like going to have a free place to like jam out, and I felt like I didn't get that same experience. So then, yeah, that's kind of where that idea came from.
Yeah. It's like mansplaining on a very
Yeah.
small personal level
Yeah.
around guitars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.